Well, everybody, here he is.
Well, hello, Jimmy.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
Fine,
Right? How's your leg, all right? Good. You look great.
Alan, you're breaking the man's arm.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Come and sit down here, dear.
Sure.
Nice you look. I can give you another pillow if it'd be more comfortable.
Oh, no, that's all right, ma'am. I'm fine just like this. Thank you.
Good. Edward, I think our guest might like a drink.
Oh, yes.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'll get it. What would you like, Jimmy Lee?
Oh, whatever you're having, it's fine.
Well, I think we have just about everything, even a beer, if you prefer that.
Scotch on the rocks would be just fine.
Coming right up.
Jimmy Lee, please have one of these. Oh, in fact, that is my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
Let me know if it's too light, okay?
No, the color looks just about right.
Great, great.
Alan, would you make me one too, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Let me know if your ice melts.
Yeah.
Overdoing it.
Listen to who's talking. Try one of these. They're my favorites.
Let me have a good look at you, dear boy. You know, we were a long, long time searching for you. I'm just so delighted that we can all be together.
Why?
My dear?
No offense, ma'am. I was just wondering why you were looking for me.
Well, because you're part of this family.
And family means everything, Delilah.
Everything.
Oh, nothing is more important.
I'm part of the family. All of a sudden, just like that, huh?
Well, it would have been sooner had we known where to look for you. But the important thing is that you're here. You can take your rightful place.
You know, it's funny, a few weeks ago, you didn't want any part of me.
Oh, nonsense. It just took a little while to get used to, that's all.
Exactly.
You weren't what we expected.
But what that means, Jimmy Lee, is that we were convinced that you were in Europe. When all the time you were just a motorcycle ride away.
Monica.
Well, you're here now, and that's all that counts. I think this calls for a toast, Edward.
By all means.
Absolutely. Edward.
Edward?
Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. Well, here's to the Quartermains.
Quartermains.
May we be together for a long, long time.
Here, here.
Here, here.
You know, thank you. Thank you for your toast. I've just got one question for you. Why did you really invite me here?
Well, you just heard. Family ties. We want to keep this family together.
Sorry. I don't believe in this, family ties. You know, it looks like to me you're all, half out of your wits with worry.
Oh, well, you're right. We have been worried about you.
I don't buy it. You're afraid I'm going to say something about being in that woman's house the night she told you what she had on you. And now that you've given me your little speech, I've got one for you. Yes, I would like to be acknowledged as a Quartermain, and yes, I do want to be accepted as one of you, but on my own terms, in my own way.
Your way.
Now, see here, young man.
That's right. And I've got something very specific in mind. And don't worry, it's going to cost, but it won't be money. Well, that was an interesting evening.
I can think of a few other words for it.
Well, you thank your wife for me. I hope it wasn't too much for her.
No. Lila's a very strong woman.
She's a very nice lady, too. And I will be in touch with you.
I'm sure you will.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, I was just leaving.
Oh.
I know you, don't I?
Jimmy Lee, Grand Putnam.
Somebody's sick?
Oh, I live here.
No kidding.
You two know one another?
Yeah, the good doctor here, he took care of my roommate at the hospital.
How's he doing?
Fine. Said you made a new man out of him.
I didn't realize you knew the Quartermains.
Yeah, well, we know each other.
Small world.
Yeah. Gets small all the time. Depending which way you look at it.
You two work together or something?
Jimmy Lee just dropped by to have some drinks with the family.
If that's what you want to call it.
Then you've been friends a while.
Well, you could say that.
You could.
Now, the fact is, Jimmy Lee is much more than a friend. He's, my son. My other son. You might say from a previous liaison.
Evening.
Oh, Grant, good evening.
Hello.
He's gone?
Yeah, but not forgotten.
He won't let us forget either.
Alan, I think Grant might like a drink.
Oh, sorry, Graham. What's your pleasure?
No, thanks. I'm tired. Long day. But I am glad you're all here. I'd like to talk to you. At least I feel I should.
Now what?
Well, it may be nothing, but I thought you should know.
Know what?
I had a rather strange conversation with a reporter today. Some woman from the Port Charles Herald.
I'll bet $1 it's Jackie Templeton.
The same.
What did she want to talk to you for?
She was there on the pretense of some story about rising hospital costs. What she was really after was information about you.
Oh, that meddlesome...
You know, we have reporters around all the time. I'm nosing around. We can't get rid of them. Now, what information did this one want?
Specifically, why you were at Susan Baldwin's house the night she was murdered.
Good Lord, what did you say?
I told her if she had any questions, she should ask you.
You're damn right.
Edward, she's only trying to do her job, dear, and we've got to get used to this sort of thing. My dears, I'm really very tired. Grant, if you're going upstairs, would you be kind enough to help me?
Of course.
Thank you. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, Mother.
Good night,
Pleasant
Grant.
dreams.
Good night, Grant.
Good night.
I couldn't sleep a wink. Confounded reporter meddling in everybody else's business, trying to sensationalize everything.
Look, Edward, don't get excited. Now, all the woman is doing is going around trying to drum up a story that we have already told the police.
Yes, you're right. She'll just find out what we said about Chesler. She can't hurt us.
In fact, she could help us. Now, let her go ahead and print the story. It would only add credibility to us. Trust me. Come on, Ellen, let's go to bed.
What was he talking about?
Well, who?
Jimmy Lee.
Oh, don't worry about him.
Why not? He said he wanted something specific from us, and he was going to let us know.
For heaven's sake, he was bluffing.
Well, the boy's unpredictable at best, but we can't underestimate him. One thing is certain.
What?
Well, we've got to make him feel more welcome. Otherwise, he's going to scuttle us.
No, we can.
No. We have to come up with some way to, well, make him feel indebted to us. That way, he can't betray us.
You know, Edward, if you're anything, you are consistent. Just putting the screws to your son. True Quartermain tradition. Wonderful.
Morning. Oh, look at that. Did I startle you?
No, I always drop papers like this.
You know, you do seem a little nervous.
Oh, well, it's just the result of a slight heart attack.
Yeah?
To what do I owe this intrusion?
Well, actually, I was just sort of passing by.
Oh, passing the hospital or the door?
The door. On the way to pick up my wife.
Yes, I understand she's feeling better.
Probably the reason they're letting her go.
It's a fair assumption.
Well, oh, look, there was one thing. Just one little itty-bitty thing.
Look,
Actually, in the form of a question.
fine, as long as you're here.
It concerns Susan Baldwin's murder.
Well, I'm familiar with the case.
Interesting choice of words there, Monica. Just how familiar are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, what were you doing at Susan's cottage shortly before she was murdered?
That's very good.
I was hoping for something more along the lines of an answer rather than a critique.
It is a preposterous question, and I have no intention of honoring it.
Come
with an
on,
answer.
humor me. Take a stab at it. Were you or were you not there the night of the murder?
Yes, I was there after the fact. I told you that.
How about before the fact?
No, I wasn't. Look, Commissioner, I have given you all this information in a statement.
Yes, but unfortunately I don't seem to have the statement on me.
All right, then fine. I will refresh your memory. I spent the early evening in my room. I had dinner in my room.
That's right. Stella brought it to you.
Yes,
Good alibi, that one.
which is why I'm wondering why you're asking all these questions.
Well, you see, it's more in the form of an accident. I just sort of happened to be walking down the hallway there, and I spied your name on the door, and then suddenly it came to mind that a witness had recalled seeing you in the vicinity of Susan's house the night of the murder.
Then I suggest you go and talk to that witness again, because they're lying.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Would I forget something like that?
Oh, I don't know about that. You see, a lot of people have this This ability to block out ugly thoughts from their mind, thoughts they don't want to remember. I often wish I could do that myself.
Well, I can't. I can't. And if you have a Bible with you, I would swear on it.
Religious sort of a person, are you?
When I have to be.
Then I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive this intrusion.
Of course.
You will be available for more questions should they become available.
Well, yes, if that's what you want.
It is.
Commissioner?
Look, I think you can call me Rob at this stage.
Who is it?
Witness?
Well, yes.
Come on, you wouldn't know that.
Meaning you have no intention of telling me.
Strictly confidential.
You wouldn't possibly make something like this up, would you?
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Well, I guess I better find my wife.
Excuse me. Robert. They are, in fact, lying.
They?
They, the witness, whoever it is that has talked to you, is lying. I was nowhere around that cottage before the murder. I was only there with the others after it happened.
Then I'll make another note of that. You take care of yourself now, Monica.
Thank you, I will.
Watch those worry lines.
Yes?
Monica, it's Robert Scorpio again.
Yes, I know. They told me at the desk. What can I do for you?
Well, look, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like you to stop by and see me today.
Today?
Well, as soon as possible.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Scorpio. I'm tied up in surgery all afternoon.
Well, that's strange. You see, I checked your schedule yesterday, and it was clear for today.
Well, we call them emergencies. In my line of work, we have them quite frequently.
Okay, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll check with the nurse at the front desk and see when you will be free.
Well, wait a second.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, this is funny. I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. I was looking at another schedule. As it happens, yes, I am. I'm free this afternoon.
Well, what do you know about that, eh? Well, when can you stop by?
Well, I could leave right away.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Well, come in. Maybe I can get you some tea. Perhaps coffee,
No,
maybe
perhaps you can just tell me why you have dragged me away from this hospital.
Well, as you know, I had a little chat with Stella earlier. Basically to sort out her movements on the night in question. Now, she said that she brought you your dinner in your room. Is that correct?
Yes.
What time?
7:30.
It's interesting. She said it was closer to 7:45.
Well, maybe it was. I really wasn't paying much attention.
Lamb chops.
What?
The menu.
Oh, well, yeah. Yes, I had lamb chops. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. That's what Stella said. She said you really enjoyed them.
Yes.
Yeah. Ate them all up, I bet,
Well, yes, probably.
Up to and down to the chop bones.
What?
When Stella picked up your plate, there was nothing on it. Not even the bones. Now, I find that a little bit odd, don't you? Especially when you consider the difficulty in digesting 3 lamb chop bones. You'd have to have the constitution of a great white shark. Wouldn't you, Monica? Monica?
What is the question?
There wasn't one.
Look, I don't know what it is you're after.
Come on, darling, I know you didn't eat those bones. Picked that up right away. But you didn't even eat the meat. You scraped your plate clean in order to make it look as if you'd spent the night in your room.
I did.
I think you went to Susan's.
No, I didn't. Well, I did. Well, I did go to Susan's.
After you'd made a little visit there on your own. You were worried. Oh, you were far more worried than Alan or Edward. You wanted to stop Susan from blackmailing the family, so you decided you'd make one last attempt to talk to her, reason with her. But it didn't work.
I didn't.
So you shot her.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, you hated her, darling. You never forgot that she stole Alan from you.
That is not a reason to
You
kill
had
one.
access to the gun. You lied about your dinner. You lied about your room. You snuck out of the house. You went over to Susan's for a confrontation. She taunted you, and in a moment of rage, you shot her.
I didn't, because
Why didn't you?
I went to the cottage, but I never
Why
went
didn't?
in it.
Why? What stopped you?
Because Heather was out there. And I knew that I shouldn't be there. So I turned around and I went back home.
Okay. Tell me what happened. All of it. I want to know everything that happened.
Fine.